Hi guys, I'm Faye,
And I'm Kit.
and welcome back to the channel. Doopy doo doo.
Good old theme tune.
The good old theme tune, that isn't a thing. So today is first video in a series we wanted to start. We're going to call it our Let's Write series because myself and Kit have decided to try and write a book together because why not?
We're a sucker for punishment.
Yeah, and we both love a good project, so it's something to do.
Yeah.
Um, Now, me and Kit are actually kind of opposites when it comes to like our writing styles. So I would describe myself more as a planner. I have folders upon folders of planning and world building. I've said in videos before that I am obsessed with world building. I absolutely love it. But then I find when I actually come to the writing part, um, I'm more dedicated on the story side of it. So when I get to editing books I've already started writing, mine will be like filling in white space and just missed descriptions and that.
And I'm the exact opposite. I'm a pantser. I come up with an idea. I get so overexcited and overwhelmed to get the idea down on paper. I just start writing. There's no plan. There's, yeah, sometimes I have like a plan of roughly a couple of characters, but most of the time it's just, oh, that seems like a good idea. Let's whack this person in. And I tend to over describe and I just put down everything that's in my brain on paper. And when I edit, I have to go, actually, that information is not relevant. That's over described. That's explained later in the book. I'll take that bit out. So it's going to be interesting working those two together.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing that we like each other because otherwise I feel like, I mean, we could probably still end up strangling each other. It depends how it goes. But you guys will get to see it all.
Yeah, we were having a discussion before this video and we were saying it's almost definite there's going to be at least one video where we're just yelling at each other, going, "Stop doing this! It's so irritating." So that's something to look forward to.
You know, sucker for punishment, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think we're
It'll
very
either
different.
bring us,
Yeah, it'll either bring us closer or it'll tear us apart. But I think
yeah,
just generally we're very different in the way that we, not even just writing, just the way we work. Generally, I'm very like neat and everything has its place and everything is very like time scheduled and I have no control over anything. Whereas
you're gonna make me sound like an absolute hippie. Just like go with the flow, man. Just like when it hits me, I'm gonna write.
that is exactly what it is.
So
I
that
have a
is,
set
yeah, that is,
schedule, and if I don't stick to the schedule, my brain just wanders off because that's just the way it works. I have to be like, right, from 7 till 9 p.m. tonight, I'm going to sit and I'm going to work on my book. Otherwise, I won't touch it. And you're just like, yeah, I spent like 3 days writing it, and I haven't touched it in a week, and I can't work like that. So
yeah. But in my defense, when I do get the wave of creativity, I can bash out like half a book in like a
yeah,
few days.
100%.
So
So it works. It works.
yeah, we'll see how it works together.
It's going to be interesting, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. But as you can see by the title, we are going to be pitching some ideas that we've come up with. Um, just, it's a starting point. We have to pick an idea. That said, you guys are coming with us for the whole ride,
Yeah, for sure.
start to finish, even if we kill each other.
The divine possibility that's going to happen. Okay. Shall I pitch first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, got my little prepared notes. So, my first pitch is around the King Arthur legend. And it was an idea I come up with a while ago, but have never actually got around to working on. And it is that the Arthurian legend has always been a favourite of Tom's. So when he gets a grant to write a research paper on Arthur's lost history, he's thrilled. Alongside a respected historian, Alexander, the two travel England to dig up the truth. And then it kind of jumps back to about Arthur and Merlin, and the idea is that there was never any magic in the Arthurian world, which obviously is a big part of it, and it's all about Like Merlin isn't this old man, he's like a young servant who's like a friend of Arthur's, and he is still the protector, but he, yeah, does it without magic. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It is what it is. And basically it goes through Arthur's life in Camelot. And the idea is that there's a big secret. Maybe Arthur didn't die on the battlefield. Maybe there was something more sinister going on, and there's a lot of stuff that runs underneath. And as Tom and Alexander find out the truth, ancient secret society that's been basically designed and built on keeping that secret hidden.
Spoilers.
Huh?
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Have to try to chomp it down, and their decision is whether they're going to tell the truth or whether they're going to give in to the secret society and their dark side. Which was a really badly explained pitch, but Faye, it's your turn.
Well, I don't have that much information, to be honest. They're more ideas that I was thinking we could fledge out together. Flesh
out.
Flesh. Damn it. So the first idea is one that I've wanted to write for ages, but it would be from two different perspectives, and it's a genre that I don't normally do. So it's a crime thriller.
A specialty.
Written from two perspectives, one from the detective, one from the murderer.
Okay, I'm invested already.
I like the idea that, obviously, this is why it's not a murder mystery, because the reader knows who the murderer is, straight up. But I like the idea of looking more into, because I'm crazy and I love true crime and that, and looking into the murderer's point of view and why they're doing it, kind of thing, rather than like a murder mystery when they're like, haha, you did it, and then at the end they explain why. Like those two tracks. So also I like the idea of a female serial killer. So the murderer will be a woman, and basically she has, though I would need to do proper research on it, would have dissociative personality disorder, and obviously sociopathic tendencies. So she like doesn't feel emotions properly, but there's like certain scenes that I picture in my head where she's just practicing smiling in the mirror to make it look like she's a normal person. She's quite religious as well, so her like signature is leaving a thorn crown on the bodies. Yeah, anyway, so they like run parallel between the murders and obviously the detective trying to solve them. I was thinking as well, like, again, I don't have like a proper plan, but what makes it, I think, more thrilling, the thriller part of it, to the reader, is that she's actually dating one of the detectives who's on the case. So there's obviously that kind of, she knows everything that's going on and they have no idea kind of thing. And yeah, I don't really have, like, I can tell you more about the murders that I've already planned.
You've planned the murder parts.
Yeah, only a few of them, but I feel like we should keep something a secret, you know. So yeah, I was just thinking that would be a cool idea. It's not a genre that I normally write, but I do like it.
Yeah, I like the idea of writing from a killer's point of view, and also the female serial killer. I'm always on board with a bit more female dominance in the world.
Yeah, and I know that we both like the whole true crime thing, so we both kind of could write either perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's my pitch for the first one. Again, not as fleshed out as fleshed out as your idea.
Yeah, to be fair, the ideas that I'm pitching today are ones that I've had a while and I've kind of made notes on and built on, because a lot of my ideas are just kind of like ramblings of a few thoughts that wouldn't make sense otherwise. Okay, so my second pitch, we're only doing the two, aren't we? The two pitches.
Yeah.
Okay, so my second pitch is about a character who gets their dream job as a research assistant on a military base, working on building basically a teleportation machine to move soldiers and machinery and things across the world, and to kind of get the one up on their rivals. And their sister or someone that they're close to also gets a job on the base, but on a protective detail. And they are protecting a diplomat that has come in, or politician, you know, someone of that genre, who has come in to check on the research and see how it's going. And they kind of move up the time frames and cut funding, and basically tell them if it's not ready by, I don't know, the end of the week, it's not going to be ready at all, it's going to stop. So they cut corners, they boycott safety precautions, and get the machine ready to do a demonstration. It goes wrong, as it will do, and there's a massive explosion. The researcher is not convinced. Basically, everyone is supposed to be dead who was a part of the explosion. The researcher is not convinced that their friend or sister or whoever it is has died, and is doing a load of research to try and find out, and goes to somebody else that she trusts or he trusts to recreate it and to try and prove that they're wrong. And on the flip side, the person who they care about didn't actually die. They were shot through to another dimension or another planet or something along those lines, and they have to prove themselves worthy. I think I suggested like a war-torn planet or a war-torn world, and they have to help one side win the war to prove that they're worthy of getting help to go home again. And a bit like your crime story, it's not a genre that I've ever written before. I've never done like anything sci-fi, but I thought it'd be quite interesting.
Nice. I like it.
Cool. Your final pitch, madam.
Okay. So my final pitch is, I would call it like a fantasy gladiator kind of scenario. I'm obviously really good at pitching. So,
Love me some gladiators though, so it's a good start.
basically I've got it up on the screen behind me, so I'm just going to read out what I've noted down as the plot. So, right, all orphans get put into the annual games as soon as they turn 16. If they get adopted, then they don't have to, obviously they're no longer orphans. Right, the rules of the games are kill or be killed. If you leave the arena, you are out, and you get 5 people per team. The working title is 5, so that was a relevant thing. Anyway, there are 6 different teams. They're the trolls, the shapeshifters, the witches, the hunters, the cannibals, and the orphans.
Okay.
Because who doesn't love an underdog? Oh my
I'm
gosh.
voting for the cannibals, to be honest.
So last year the trolls won, and they're the most dangerous contenders because they're the biggest and the strongest, with seemingly no weak points apart from a spot in the back of their necks, which are normally covered by rolls of muscle. The orphans needed to recruit a whole new team, as last year they were the first team to be wiped out. Shock. The orphans get chosen out of the orphanages all over Genesis, because apparently I've made up a place, and they're put into boot camp. Boot camp is where they're basically trained and chosen for the game, so they have to go through like some trials to even get into the team in the first place. The kind of like motivation between them actually trying in the boot camp is because they hit 16, which is younger than normal, but they either go into the games or they get put into the streets. That's like, those are their options. Volunteers are more than welcome in the games. The games need a name really, but I don't have that yet. But the council prefer to choose, especially as they lost last year. So there's like political stance of, obviously the council are the ones who choose their teams. They're kind of like bet on the teams. So the orphan council, they want the best ones so that they can try and win the money. Anyway.
Oh, there's money. There's like a cash prize.
Yeah, only for the councils. So
Okay.
the next bit says there's a council for each district. So there's like segregation in Genesis with like the different teams and that. And the games are a way of them trying to prove whose district is better. The council will choose their teams, then have dinner with them to get to know them a bit better. Then this goes into more detail about the actual characters. Oh, there's a lot more drama than I remember. Yeah, basically there's drama between the people, the characters. Again, I don't want to say too much in the pitch, because I might do it myself afterwards. But yeah, basically the general consensus is it's basically they fight or they die, or they probably just die fighting anyway.
Fair enough. So if they survive but their team loses, do they die, or they just get reused for next year?
Good question. I'll come back to you on that.
Cool.
Something we can discuss. I don't think that like it's literally kill or be killed. So I think if you're the last person left on your team, then you will either kill or you have to kill everyone else to win. Like there isn't surviving and you just lose. Like you have to wipe out the whole team for them to be out. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Cool. It's very Hunger Games-esque, but you know, with like 90,000 other things happening. So we're going to take a brief intermission for some off-camera discussions while we pick a idea, and we'll be back. So we're back and we have picked an idea. Faye, do you want to let them know which one?
No.
Great. So we picked my sci-fi idea. We have actually discussed it previously. So we are umming and ahhing between the crime thriller idea and the sci-fi idea, but decided that there's an easier distinction between the sci-fi one. So that's what we're going to go for.
Yeah, and sci-fi is kind of more towards what we normally write. So we thought, you know, instead of adding a whole new challenge of trying a new genre as well as working together, we'd kind of stick more to what we used to.
Well, sci-fi is new for me, so that's going to be interesting.
Similar to fantasy.
Again, never written fantasy.
I thought your current project was fantasy.
Very, very loosely.
I feel betrayed.
It's more of like a supernatural thriller mystery thing. So there is like a bit of fantasy in the supernatural sense, but not as in like fairies and magic and unicorns and princes.
Well, there isn't fairies, magic, or unicorns or princes in sci-fi, so it'll be fine.
We're good. We're good to go. Okay.
So next time we're with you and we're working on our Let's Write series, we'll be sorting out more, you know, how we're going to start the project, you know, dividing up bits and pieces to go out and do, if it includes any research, which it probably will, because there is actual science involved in sci-fi. Surprise!
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Next time we're probably going to have I wanted to say discussion, but it'll be more like a debate about how we're actually going to go about writing it. So stay tuned for that. Fun times. But for now, we're going to go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when we post. And feel free to leave some comments down below. Give us some of your pitches. We'd love to hear them. You know, if you've got any ideas to build on our ideas, go for it. We want to hear it. And as always, our socials are in the comments, in the description, I mean, down below. So come say hi. Till next time.
Bye.
It's like got fucking cream stuff.
Oh.
And then